have a boring desk?
Well, what if it looked like this? Master Grade Gundam BARBATOS for free! For free! For free! Master Grade Premium Bandai Option Set for free! For free! For free! Like any pact with a demon, all it will cost is your soul! Your soul! Your soul! Impenetrable armor! Mobile worker! Giant iron claws of death! How can I sell my soul and win this infernal giveaway, you ask? Just follow these 6 steps. Step 6! Be subscribed to the channel. Step 6! Sign up for BUYEE. Link in the description, 1,000 yen off your first purchase. Step 6! Share this video on Twitter with the hashtags. Hashtag BUYEE. Hashtag GUNPLA. Hashtag giveaway. If you don't have a Twitter, then make one. I didn't come up with the rules. More information in the description. You have 1 week.
Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm taking a look at this right here. And this is the return of the Master Grade Gundam Stormbringer, and just to kind of get you up to speed on this, just in case you don't know, and if you do know, give you a little bit of a reminder, this right here is part of the Master Grade Build Divers line, and yes, I did say Master Grade Build Divers. 100% only P Bandai, every single one that has come out so far, and none of them are actually from Gundam Build Divers, they're from an offshoot novel called Jim and Ball's World Challenge. Basically, these are all pretty awesome kits, none more awesome than the Stormbringer itself, which of course I've done a review of if you want to check that out. So this particular kit we're taking a look at today is the Master Grade Stormbringer FA. You may automatically think this means full armor, but this time around it means Fatal Ash. This is technically based on the Master Grade Gundam Stormbringer, which lore-wise is based on the Master Grade GM Dominance, the GM Dominance being a P Bandai only kit, which is heavily based on the GM Sniper, which in turn is heavily based on the Master Grade RX-78 Gundam 2.0. So in a way, at its core, the Stormbringer right here is basically a modified GM Sniper 2, which once again, heavily based on the Gundam 2.0. This is a kit that can be built in 2 different ways. That is the Gundam Stormbringer you're seeing right here, or the absolutely killer looking GM Turbulence. Both of these can pretty much be swapped in and out very simply between the two. The only thing that takes a little bit of modification is the backpack and the shoulders, but besides that, it's a simple swap. Once again, an absolutely ridiculously cool kit, and just like usual, I would not be reviewing this if it wasn't for those fantastic people over at BUYEE. So if you want one of these of your own, there'll be a link down there in the description. I'll pop up on the screen how much this kit cost or RP that would have been at release, and I think it's about time to get right on into the review. So jumping right on in with the overview, and here is absolutely everything that comes in the box. So this is built as the Master Grade Gundam Stormbringer FA, but you can also build it right out of the box as the GM Turbulence. You can see there we also have the parts for converting this to the GM Turbulence, quite easy to do. We've all the weapons we would have seen before with the Stormbringer and the GM Turbulence, or should I say GM Dominance. Those swappable style finger hands we see with all the more modern Master Grade GM kits. We've got some color correcting stickers, and putting the premium in Premium Bandai are those water slide decals. I'll also mention at this point, there is an absolute metric truck ton of leftover parts on the runner. So these are from the Gundam 2.0, we've got some from the GM Sniper 2, and we've got a whole bunch from the GM Dominance. I'm not sure if you can actually build this as a green GM Dominance. That would have been the one we would have seen before. GM Turbulence is more of a Stormbringer with a swapped version of the GM Dominance suit. But anyway, as usual, we're going to check out that mobile suit itself in Stormbringer Fatal Ash mode. So that right there is the Master Grade Gundam Stormbringer out of the box, just snapped together pretty much as it is. I did do a little bit of panel lining around the head and the shoulders just to bring out that amount of detail, but this thing has so much more potential. There's so many nice small panel lines here and there, the detail is phenomenal, and this thing is stunningly beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen a Gundam in this kind of militaristic color scheme before, and that orange on there really pops against that green. This looks a lot better in person than I actually expected it to, and I expected it to look phenomenal. Anyway, jumping into that full 360-degree spin, just so you can see absolutely every aspect of this kit, I will also throw up on the other side what it will look like in GM Turbulence mode. So right now I'm only going to comment on the Stormbringer because that's what I have right in front of me right now, and we'll talk about the Turbulence a little later on. This kit looks so good. Once again, this thing gives the impression of being huge when it isn't, just because of all of that bulk. We've got those Zeta style shoulders, or should I say double Zeta style shoulders. The fuel tanks around back add some nice mass, and that 360mm cannon up on the shoulder, which is new for this kit, looks cool as well. On the whole, this is one fantastic looking kit, but it isn't without some down points. They're not the worst by any means at all, but let's check them out. So this particular shade of green plastic is quite prone to marking. This was not really the case with the standard Stormbringer in that kind of whitish color. That is just the way these sort of plastics are. We've also got a little bit of a mold line just right there too. And yeah, basically molds and knobs are just a very prominent feature on this kit. Once again, just standard, cleanup required. Besides that, nothing really all that big of a deal. This kit also comes with some color correcting stickers. Once again, not the worst because they're mainly metallic greens. That white one there is for on the tip of the antenna on the GM Turbulence. And once again, this sort of thing is by no means terrible, but it could be better if we had some actual colored plastic parts. But hey, minimal complaints here because this thing is awesome. I'm an absolutely huge fan of Master Grade gym kits, and this is something that pops up on a lot of the ones that are based on the GM Sniper 2. And that is that big gap right there. That one right there on the left-hand side of the armor. This is on most of these kits. No matter how much you squeeze that, you can't really seem to get it to close entirely. So I assume you will have to use a little bit of cement. But yeah, before jumping into the accessories, I just have to take another couple of seconds just to really appreciate how awesome this color is. I've never seen a Gundam kit quite like this, and that gray just looks so cool on a Gundam head. I love this. I love this to bits. This is one of my favorite color schemes on an actual Gundam that I have ever seen. This is blowing my mind. Now moving on. So once again, jumping back to that overview of absolutely everything that comes in the box, and now we're going to take a look at all of that one by one. So let's check it all out on the Stormbringer, and then just check it one more time on the GM Turbulence. So first off, as for the hands, these are the exact same style of hands we've been seeing for quite some time now on the Federation style grunts. That goes with the GM Sniper 2, Colony type, Cold Regions, Turbulence, the Jeggin. All of these are the exact same fingers we would have seen all the way back to Gundam Age. I love them, they work well, and that means all the accessories can be swapped between these kits. Pretty damn cool. So as for the weapons in here, first off we have that double beam cannon. Once again, this is the same as we've seen with the previous version of the Gundam Stormbringer and the two GM Dominances. Attaching this is simple and effective. You just need to pop off one of the box beam sabers, attach this weapon onto the peg that was removed from, and the actual handle section of this attaches on so well that you don't even need to use a holding hand if you don't want to. It can just slot on, pop on like this. And once that is attached, there is a bit of an example of what it will look like in a pose. Next up, there are two pink beam sabers in here. The beam sabers are mainly for using with the standard Stormbringer or the GM Turbulence. So in this mode, all we need is the beams. So you can pop these into the box beam sabers on the forearms. We've already taken one off, so we've only got the one now. As I've said so many times in the past, this is my favorite way of a beam saber being amalgamated into a Gundam or into a mobile suit. It just makes more sense to have it constantly attached to the arm, where it can be used at a moment's notice and doesn't have to be pulled out of a side skirt, backpack, butt flap, or anything like that. This looks awesome and just makes so much sense. So the last weapon on the Stormbringer Fate Lash right here is the one we've been staring at up on that shoulder the whole time, and that of course is the 360mm rocket cannon custom. So usually it's in this position right here, I guess in a resting state or maybe some kind of artillery mode, but you can actually get some movement out of this by pulling up, and now it's free to move over the shoulder just like that. Seriously, Gundams and shoulder cannons, what an absolutely awesome combination. That looks kick-ass, and it actually looks so kick-ass when we're gonna convert it to GM Turbulence. We might as well do it piece by piece by piece so you can kind of see the different combinations you can pull off with this kit. As for swapping the heads out, this is really simple. It's just a ball joint, easy as that. And there we go, now we've got a GM Turbulence with that shoulder cannon. So if you take the standard GM Dominance over here and compare it to this guy on the right, you can see that this one had the antenna on the right hand side of its head, which would be where the cannon is. So I think to some degree thought was put into the fact that this will have the cannon and you can use the cannon if you want with the gym head. So taking another step towards GM Turbulence, it's time to tear apart that backpack. So I will mention this is simple and straightforward enough, except the parts are quite tight and held together really well. We do need to remove pretty much all the little detail aspects of this backpack to put onto the GM Turbulence version. So once we get it all detached, put back together, popped onto the gym, this is what is left over. It's basically just the whole outer section, including the rocket cannon and the targeting section for the rocket cannon. That right there is what it looks like on. So it's pretty much the old Stormbringer backpack, just in that new color scheme. So there we go, that's what the gym looks like 2/3 the way there. It just has the Stormbringer shoulders still on it. Looking pretty cool. I love those fuel tanks. They're such a cool design, and well, I guess it's time to get the shoulders off. Once again, we only have parts for the shoulders. This is not a direct pop off and change. These are the Gundam 2.0 style shoulders, which we see on the gym, I think. Or should I say the GM Sniper 2? They attach on in that very unique kind of slide out and move sort of way. But anyway, there we go. There is the GM Turbulence finally put together. And as far as I can tell, these shoulders right here are unique. These are not the same as the GM Dominance we would have seen before, either version of that. These are completely unique. These are cool. These are nice. Anyway, once again, kind of shooting back to earlier on in the review, and there's the full 360 spin of what the GM Turbulence looks like. I'm not sure if I've been mixing up its name with Dominance and Turbulence the whole way through or not, but this is the Turbulence. It looks awesome, and I am super digging that head with that kind of Patlabor style antenna up on the left hand side of its head. I will mention, however, I did paint that little section inside of its head there, that central sensor inside of its head. I did paint that a silver because sometimes it's hard to get these clear parts off again, so that is not what it looks like out of the box. It's very subtle, otherwise it would not have that little shiny bit in there. Seeing as we've technically seen this kit once before with the standard Stormbringer, for the articulation I'm going to do something a little different and just play around with some poses. So first off, what makes this automatically better than the GM Dominances that came out before is the fact that this is the Stormbringer's body, which has always had more articulation to it. We get an absolutely mind-blowingly awesome crunch for a Federation-style mobile suit. This can really bust a move when it comes to the torso. As it is based on the GM Sniper 2, it does mean it has that cool neck which allows it to bend forward like this, once again making this extremely expressive. It can look really up, and it can look really down and tilt its whole neck forward like that. Opening flap for the visor makes it even more awesome, so you have that full-on GM flare, and then that GM Sniper style flare. Both so cool. Only minor gripe in here is the fact that this armor does not have any sort of cut across it. Once again, this does look nice, but it means no rotation for those sort of up and outward tilt sort of leg movements. So that is definitely a little bit of an old school bit of disappointment, but not the worst. That very nice torso articulation means it looks just as good on the ground as it does in the air. We've got some great feet which allow for a little bit of a bend at the toes there, so it looks very natural on the ground. Honestly, I feel this might be the most badass master grade gym suit out there. And just like gym suits tend to be, again, Premium Bandai, big letdown. Honestly, I am finding it hard to find a pose this can't pull off. The tilt back inside there once again, just like the ab crunch forward, is very, very nice. Doesn't split it up too much. Actually, I just thought of one really weird aspect about this kit. I think it's on the other Stormbringer as well. There is a pilot figure inside of that cockpit, but that cockpit's technically a coffin as it does not open up. Once again, this is meant to be a model kit in the lore, not necessarily an actual gym giant mobile suit, so I guess that makes sense. As for my least favorite thing about this kit, that would be this right here. These like to droop and again fall off like that. This is because polycap balls here, so you might want to tighten those up a little bit or they might drive you around the bend. Just a bit of top coat, bit of paint on the balls and you will have paint on your balls. Again, this thing has inherited such an amount of awesome articulation from the GM Sniper 2, including these joints in here, which I guess came from the Gundam 2.0, but be wary because these kits are notorious for getting a little bit floppy in the arms, at the shoulders over time, but on the whole, I adore this. So anyway, that right there is it for the review, and this kit for me is definitely gold tier. It has a whole ton of awesome points, but the worst point, without a doubt, is the fact that you may just want to buy two because it's so hard to choose between a grey and green Gundam, which looks like something I've never seen before, or probably the most badass gym I have seen in my life. I love master grade gyms. I love them. I love them to bits. I want every single one of them that exists, and this one is the coolest looking one, without a single doubt. This kit really does have everything. It's got leftover parts if you love those. It's got two choices to choose between. It's not too hard to switch between them both. It has that awesome Gym Sniper 2 flair in both its articulation, its build, and its looks. And this has taken all the best parts of the Gundam Stormbringer, which I will mention that the classic Gym Dominance did not have, and makes, to me, the ultimate gym suit. Once again, should not be P-Bandai. This should be available everywhere, for everyone, all of the time, especially so they can get two. Anyway, if you do want one of your own, there is a link down there in the description. I got mine through BUYEE. I will mention it was kinda hard to find, but I did find it, and I'm sure you will too. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more GUNPLA reviews, and I'll see you next time. As always, I cannot end this video right here without thanking each and every one of you guys for watching this video, for dropping a like, subscribing, and of course to each and every one of you that supports me over on the channel memberships or over on Patreon, like Craig Jerry, Tyler Sanders, the ambassador for Asymmetric Cats, Caleb Engel.